It's a cool, cloudy day today, and I'm so looking forward to my game of chess. Hello, and welcome to the Chess Retreat. Let's dive straight into it, shall we? Let's see what open challenges we have for today. Wow, all short time limits. I'm not sure I want to play some short time limits while talking out loud. Here we have a 15-10. Wonderful. Let's try this. Okay, and I am white. Let's go. I open with my favorite white opening d4. I used to play a lot of e4 when I first started. Actually, when I first started, I played anything at all, because every opening was just so interesting. Then I started specializing in e4. But then after that, I found that d4, my current move, would give me better chances for a long-lasting edge. The thing about e4 is that when you play e4, if you do get an advantage, you can usually kill off your opponent quite quickly. If white is winning, white will win pretty quickly. Whereas with d4, it takes a little time. But I believe d4 gives the best chances of white having an advantage in the opening. Okay, it says my opponent has disconnected, and there we go, the game has auto-resigned. Okay, 3 rating points. That was fast, so let's try another one. 15-10 here. Oh, no, it just went away. It's a 520. Okay, let's do the 520. Okay, here we go. This is 5 minutes plus 20 seconds increment per move. And my opponent has aborted me, presumably because my rating is much lower than his. I can understand that. Little does he know that I'm vastly underrated right now. Let's try another one. His 30-minute game. 30-0. There we go. Okay, brilliant. So I got my favorite d4 opening as white after all, and we're playing this Queen's Gambit Decline. I'm going to go for the Catalan. I've taken a liking to the Catalan. It's an opening I've been picking up recently. And I really like this opening, the Catalan, because it really gives white chances of a long-lasting edge. So anytime black takes this pawn, my bishop will be on the diagonal, exerting pressure on his queenside position. Oh, b6. Okay, I've forgotten what I'm supposed to play against this move, so I'm out of my preparation now, so I need to think a little here. What do I do against b6? Well, firstly, is d takes c4 a threat? No, because I can always play knight e5, so that's okay. Is bishop a6 a threat? Not really. But I have to keep that in mind always. So, What's the setup I'm aiming for? His bishop will most likely come to b7, so anything involving e4 is probably really hard to achieve. I don't want to fall too behind time here. I guess I'll just try and pile up pressure on the c file. Then eventually when I do play c takes, I'll have some pressure here. So I guess queen c2. d4 doesn't look like it's falling anytime soon. So that's okay. I have to be careful of d4 because d takes c4 opens the queen's pressure on d4, but right now I have a knight here, so it's fine. Bishop f4 targeting c7. Does that look reasonable? Bishop f4, and the thing I want to watch out for is knight h5. Bishop h4, knight h5. Then maybe I can just retreat the bishop to d2 and consider that knight misplaced. That's possible. Let's try that. Okay, I'm falling behind time here. I don't want to do that. This is a 30-0 game. I don't have any increment per move, so I need to watch my time. Ooh. So now c takes has to be met by knight takes. Right, so let's do that. Then I would just retreat my bishop and try to exploit my better influence in the center and the potential backwards c pawn. Although he has c5, so yeah. So maybe my opening strategy is a little flawed today. I think c5 equalizes easily for him now, so okay, that's annoying. That is a little annoying. If he plays c5, can I get anything with e4? e4. Maybe I should just admit opening defeat here. The thing is, rook c8, I can meet that with queen a4, so that's a little surprise I have in store. So maybe I'll just play the rook to d1. I don't want to fall too behind time now. Okay, so I need... Oh, my opponent just disconnected. Oh. Will I get a free win? Who knows? I'm getting free wins today. My lucky day. So I really need to go back and see what to do against b6 in the Catalan opening. I've forgotten what I'm supposed to do against that move. The thing about the Catalan is that there's so many variations. So many variations, and a lot of the variations, white is temporarily down by one pawn for many moves, which is what makes it a really difficult opening to play if you're not familiar with it. And that's why it was one of the openings which only became popular amongst professionals at a really late stage I mean, in the early days, like even before the 1900s, people were already playing the normal Queen's Gambit decline, where the King's Bishop was developed normally, and okay, so rook's here. So I think I play Queen A4 here. It's a little surprise. Did you see that your A pawn would be undefended? Did you take this into consideration? A5, wow. Okay, so that gives me a nice square on B5, which is an outpost. Very interesting stuff. The thing is, knight c5 is going to hit my queen, so I should not capture on c5. I think I should just develop here. I don't see any drawback to knight c3, so since I'm a little behind in development, I think, or maybe development's equal, but yeah, just develop my pieces. Because now this b pawn is the pawn which is furthest back. If he plays knight takes, I can play b takes and potentially exert some pressure on the b pawn, which might become a backward pawn on an open file. So, and just now there he seemed to be disconnected for a long time, but the site says he only took 14 seconds for that move, so it probably wasn't a disconnection, but more like a big delay in the travel time between his computer and the chess.com server. And where is he located? He's located in Russia. Okay, so slow internet for him. Okay, knight here. Okay, that's gonna trap my queen if I'm not careful. So if I takes knight takes, I can only run here or here. So my queen is a little short of squares. But a3 now kicks the knight, right? So a3 looks good. There's no drawback to a3, I think. Let's do that. So the knight's preventing my queen escaping to c2, while if this knight gets to c5, it'll prevent me escaping to b3, so I need to be very careful here to ensure my queen isn't trapped. Bishop c6 can be met by queen b3 now, so that's fine. And the very next move I'm planning to take on b4, so he needs to do something with the knight here, or take on d. Does c takes d4 have any merit? That's a tricky line. Okay, so this is okay. I can play knight b5, but it pins my knight. I'm not sure about that. Knight b5. Is there? I don't think there's any advantage to walking into the pin, so oh no, now there's c4. Ouch. Okay, I didn't calculate this properly. Ouch. Okay. Okay, this is careless of me. c4, and now I'm forced to take opening a discovered attack against me, so that's careless play on my part. Very careless play. Ouch. Ouch. I think I'm losing here. If he plays c4, that is very careless play. My tactics aren't on point today. So knight b5 was correct, queen b3 is an error, so let's just hope he doesn't see that. Let's hope he plays something like a4 and then takes and then c4. Then I can play queen e3 and then I can potentially escape with minimal damages. But it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky. So c4, queen takes, bishop takes is the way. But let's hope he plays a4. And his connection's up to 2 bars now, so oh, c takes, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. So he didn't see c4, which is wonderful. Okay, so now I have a choice of knight takes d4 or a takes b4. So if a takes, he must take back here. And my bishop is attacked, so I need to take back with either pawn or bishop. The alternative is knight takes d4, but then that allows an exchange of my fianchetto bishop, which weakens my squares around my king, which doesn't look good for me. And also there's a knight c5 to consider in that line. So a takes b4 looks much simpler. So a takes and d takes is forced, so then it's a choice between pawn or bishop, not queen because that drops a pawn. So I'm inclined to retake with bishop. Yeah, so I think I'll go a takes, d takes, bishop takes, and then if there might be a further exchange on b4 here. So let's go for that. So put a pawn on b4, prevent knight c5 ideas, keep my knight here to prevent this exchange so that my bishop stays on the board, guarding crucial squares around my king. And my time has equalized pretty much, so I'm just less than 15 seconds behind his clock here, so I'm in good shape. The game is very much alive at this point, and I'm happy with that because I was actually losing at one point during this game. And he didn't see the win with c4. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to retake with the bishop. For the reason that if he pushes a4, I want my pawn here to be able to challenge his pawns. If I take with the pawn, then this pawn pushed to a4 gives him a passed pawn. And potentially my c-pawn becomes backward on the open file. So even though this is double pawns, it won't remain double pawns for long, basically. I'll be able to exchange one of these b-pawns for his a-pawn, and that will straighten out my structure while ensuring he doesn't get a passed a-pawn. And right now I have a rook facing off with his queen on the d-file, and that's a nice position for my rook. So I've freed my development, and my development looks a lot better than his now because both my rooks are active while one of his rooks is a little passive, just sleeping next to the king at the moment. But black's position should be okay. This should be an equal position. I don't really see much anything concrete white really has, apart from a slight edge in development. So a4, there we go. So I need to challenge this pawn soon. But when I challenge it with b3, my bishop will be hanging for a slight moment. So the candidate moves here are either queen c4, no, sorry, not queen c4 because of bishop takes, queen c2, a2 or a3. So where do I want to go? It's not c4, I can't go to c4. So where do I want to go? My intuition is telling me to go to c2, so I'm just going to do that. I'm not sure why, but I just feel that queen to c2 is the move I should play. I still have to be careful because b3 might fail to takes, and bishop takes b4, and this rook is pinning my bishop to the queen, so even though I am defending the bishop with the queen, it's still not an automatic b3 here. And it says my opponent has disconnected yet once more. A pity that his connection is a little poor. He is playing quite well, actually. And there we go, his connection's back at 4 bars. And he plays b5, okay. So I still can't play b3 here. Again, b3 fails to takes, and then bishop b4. So I need to be able to do something else. What should I do? This queen doesn't belong on c2. I guess this queen belongs on d3 or d2. Oh, I can rook lift. No, rook lift to d3 is a blunder. Because of the pin. If I move my queen to the d file, then there is no pin on the queen, so he can run away. So queen d3, knight b6, queen e3, knight d5. Don't want to give the knight such nice squares. Knight e5. Knight e5. Knight e5. If takes, then rook takes on d7. Wow, that's nice. Yeah, so knight e5. Yeah, I think knight e5 is the way. Knight e5 is the way. Does that win material? Knight e5? I think it does. Knight e5. Yes. Alright. So he's left his queen in this pin on the d file for a little too long. b5 looks to be an error now. So b5 was an error, allowing my knight e5, winning material. So now, not only is his bishop attacked twice, but also the knight on d7 is attacked. Oh, right, he has bishop d5, which saves him, but okay. So I have e4. So do I play e4 immediately, or do I exchange knights first? If I exchange, exchanging looks a little simpler, but let's just make sure. If I exchange, it takes. There's nothing here. And exchange, then I play e4. Oh, but there's bishop b3. Okay, that bishop b3 complicates things somewhat here. If I takes e4, then there's bishop b3. So if I play e4 first, if I play e4 first, there's still a bishop b3. That's annoying. So maybe I should play bishop take d5. Bishop d5. So e takes and I win a pawn, that's easy. And if knight takes, then I have some discovered attack which wins a pawn as well. So I'm going with bishop takes d5 because I don't see anything better here. And I do win a pawn with this, so... Okay. Knight e5, okay. So now, which discovered attack do I want? I guess I want bishop takes e6, right? Or do I want bishop b7? On bishop takes e6, I might have to play a queen versus rook and bishop. But if I play bishop b7, then it looks like I only have to play a exchange down, exchange up opening. But if I play this, I might get an exchange plus a pawn if he doesn't respond correctly. You know what, I'll just take on e6. I have a feeling that he won't respond correctly with f takes, and he'll let me get an exchange plus a pawn here. So I'm just going to go for that. This is a very interesting game. Yes, so he's let me take an exchange and a pawn. Beautiful. So this is even better than if I had played bishop b7. Okay. So now the threat is bishop b4. I need to neutralize that threat. Okay. Right. So let's see. Rook d5, rook d5. I'd rather exchange bishops than to exchange off his knight. Because the knight is just such a slow-moving piece when there are pawns on both sides of the board. My instinct says rook d5, but let's just check there are no pins which make it a blunder. If he does pin, I always have the defense, so it doesn't look like a blunder. Rook d5. This bishop is always protected by a pawn, so any funny shenanigans that happen, you know, there's knight f3 followed by bishop takes. It only loses a pawn, whereas he loses a knight, so looks like I have everything pretty well covered here. Knight c4, okay, so if I exchange bishops now, that does weaken his king, but it also weakens my queen side. Do I want to give him counterplay? I might not want to give him counterplay. I might just take here. Oh, but taking here leads to a 4. Okay, gotta make sure that my tactics are on point. So be careful, be careful. Rook b5, knight d6. Oh, and he's resigned. Okay. He can't stand it anymore. Okay, wonderful. So this is definitely a game worthy of taking a second look at with the computer analysis. So let me load up the computer analysis and we'll take a look at it very, very soon.